Jury selection is the process by which a group of citizens is picked to hear the facts of a particular case. It's governed by a set of rules, but not all lawyers do jury selection the same way. And the reality is that different ways of doing jury selection can lead to different kinds of juries and thereby different kinds of results. The reality is that with any kind of case, a certain number of people in the population would find you not guilty, and a certain amount of people would find you guilty. And I think if you go from a person who looks perfect on a DWI video, blows zeros, doesn't have any alcohol in their system, right? You would expect that everybody, if not that 99.999% of the population, would find that person not guilty. And then it goes all the way to the person who has, the high blood test, looks intoxicated, gets in a collision, all the facts, where you would say, again, 99999% of the population would find this person guilty. And you find everything in between. And the reality is if you have a hard set of facts where most people would find you guilty, then jury selection may be the entirety of your chance at winning the trial. And the way that you pick juries, the questions that you ask, are infinitely important to the data that you learn, the ways that you're able to decide who's a good juror, who's a bad juror. My techniques are my own. I've come up with them myself, and I give CLEs. I've given lectures where I've taught other lawyers how to pick juries. I've had lawyers hire me to pick their jury. The reality is that going into court and not being afraid to ask a question that will get your jury panel divided is a very important skill. Being able to go in and say things like, who here thinks that DWI is over-prosecuted? Who here thinks that APD puts too many people in jail? Well, you're going to get a pretty clear division because there's plenty of people in this town who do think that. And plenty of people who think that if you've had anything to drink and you get behind the wheel of a car, you should go to jail. And being able to figure out exactly where people are on that continuum may be the difference between you having a DWI conviction and not having a DWI conviction. And the reality is that in all of the hard cases that I've won, I have gotten my leverage through effective techniques of jury selection. I would ask that anyone who's thinking about hiring a lawyer talk to that lawyer about jury selection and how they view jury selection, what their ideas, what their methods are, and see how much of an understanding they have of this principle that I guarantee you can be a non-lawyer and you can never have thought about this before in your life. But right now I'm making sense. And you absolutely can understand why jury selection isn't just something in trial. A lot of times it's the only thing in trial. And why that's something that I've focused my career on, why it's something that I've worked hard to develop, and why I feel like I should go out and teach other lawyers how to more effectively put pressure on the state in jury selection.